Hey, we're here today with Courtney and Kensey, or as I call it, Kenzo from Electric Lemonade, Las Vegas. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Feel pretty good. You want to let the world know a little bit about your establishment here?
Yeah. We opened about 2 years ago, and she and I, my sister, have been wanting to open a vintage store practically our entire lives. How old were we?
We were probably around 12 when we got into vintage. Our grandfather used to bring us to thrift stores, and then we just fell in love with vintage.
And you started in Ohio?
Yeah, in Ohio, Dayton, Ohio.
So she and I, we got really into it where we're actually buying and then reselling. When we were in college, we would sell through eBay. That was basically how we made our spending money, and was reselling on eBay. We would hit up thrift stores probably 5 or 6 days a week.
In college, yeah.
And yeah, we did everything from our college apartment.
Where do you feel vintage is going these days?
It's weird where it's going. Where it's going is newer eras are becoming vintage now. So 80s are vintage now, 90s are vintage now, and a lot of people aren't really used to that, because what we're used to is 40s, 50s, 60s. But that stuff is becoming so hard to find that it's not really practical.
And like wearable condition.
Yeah, wearable or practical, and it's impossible to stock an entire store with that older stuff.
And I just think people want like the newer stuff because it's just more trendy and doesn't look like you're wearing a costume when you leave the house.
Basically, people want a one-of-a-kind item that reflects what's happening in fashion now.
Currently.
So that's what makes the vintage so cool, is because everything basically recycles itself and becomes new again. And the fact that it's one of a kind makes it even more of an easy sell. People want to feel different, people want to feel special, and I think that's why vintage is so cool.
Style icons. What are some of your style icons? Where does Electric Lemonade draw their inspiration?
My style icons are all over the place, where I don't just have one style icon, but mine is Deborah Harry.
That's
if I were to
awesome.
name. Yeah, Deborah Harry, David Bowie. I like a whole androgynous look, and I love rock and roll. I like things that are distressed, shredded, show that they've, stood the test of time. I think that's really cool.
Well, androgynous is back, man, wearing skirts.
Yeah. I
don't know if it goes both ways.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the acceptance here in Las Vegas? Has it been a warm acceptance? How do you feel about the clientele? Are they supportive? Understand?
I just think Vegas is so behind that a lot of people, this concept is so new to them. So anything new to you at first, you kind of like don't accept it. Yeah.
Interesting point. Interesting point.
Yeah.
Anything you can contribute to how we're going to change the face of fashion in Vegas?
You just gotta keep doing what you do, and don't change your store's concept. Don't change the type of things you stock your store with just because it's not what everyone likes. I think you should still stick to what you like, to your own vision. And
Makes a whole lot of sense to me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us today here at Electric Lemonade. We hope you got something out of this.
Bye.